The OneRing.net are at it again. They swiftly tweeted something and then deleted it. And you know what? This is absolutely hilarious. So, I'm Will, I'm the host of the Bald Book Geek. Please enjoy this video, like, share and subscribe, and let's start the show. They tweeted, "Respect the law is becoming coded language for racist perspectives on a text that never describes colour." Colour spelt wrong, the American way. And so that tweet they deleted is basically a perfect example of demonising people who do not share the same viewpoint of view. Then it gets weirder. So, this is what I want to say, and this is where I'm going with this criticism, is that Tolkien described everything. We have countless books, notes, letters, everything of his. He described everything in intimate detail. The physical appearance of characters, the how they moved, how they looked, their body, their hair type, what they were eating. It is all written down. And this is also something I'm going to say. People of colour can exist within Middle-earth. They're just not in this part of Middle-earth at this point in history. And that's the problem. And they're weaponising this criticism again and playing the race card to make you an instaphobe. 95% of the criticism of this Amazon thing that I have seen online, on Twitter, amongst fans, fan forums, YouTube, you name it, TikTok, is that this is not Tolkien's story. It is not his work. I mean, the Empire cover with Galadriel was embarrassing. I mean, there she is, vag spreading to the world, showing how powerful she is and how not like the Witcher she is. Just absolutely ridiculous, inferior, elegant, beautiful. This is not it. Most of the criticism is coming from that. The bastardization of Tolkien started a long time ago because Tolkien is everything that these people hate. And in turn, because you respect his work and his world building and his characters, they hate you. The OneRing.net hates you. And that's it. If you dare disagree with them, if you dare have discord, they will hate you. They block you, they ignore you. And they either paint you as an instaphobe of some kind, which I cannot say this word on here because apparently YouTube doesn't like it, and or they just say you're attention seeking. And it's ridiculous. The OneRing.net is completely outdated. It is a completely outdated fan site that got too big for its boots. The Tolkien Society has fallen into sort of woke SJW nonsense. And, you know, transgender and hobbits are not discussions we need to have. I wish people would stop putting modern context on text that was written a very long time ago. Modern context, the world now, does not represent these books when they were written, or the world, times, attitudes, and even world, anything, the politics, everything that was written into them is not to do with now. Lord of the Rings was created to fill in the mythology that we are missing, a myth based on predominantly Anglo-Saxon, Norse and Christian mythologies. I mean, there is a great flood at one point. Come on. And it is fundamentally European, it is fundamentally British, it is inspired by this, and it has been destroyed and gutted by these people who don't care about it. The people Amazon have hired, they've only hired people that agree with them. And the OneRing.net only wants you to agree with them, because how dare you have a different opinion? How dare you don't say this and don't say that? How dare you don't put modern attitudes and modern perspectives on a text that was written close to 100 years ago? It's just ridiculous. At this point, this weaponization of criticism, calling out fans who dare criticize something and labeling us all as instaphobes, is not only disgusting, it is repugnant, it is a horrible behaviour, and it is honestly, at this point, ridiculous. The people that run this site are a bunch of idiots. They have been for a long time, and they're getting worse. The OneRing.net used to be fantastic, but it has descended into this shell site of just hollow criticism and how much money can we make. And that is a real tragedy. It used to be by the fans, for the fans, but it's not to do that. It's nothing to do with that now. It's not about the fans. It is about a small group of select individuals who have the air quotes privilege to have an opinion on Lord of the Rings. And an opinion they will listen to. It's time these sites went. It's time this happened. And they're shelling for this Amazon thing, that even if Amazon pulled it out the bag and made something that was this big, elegant, best thing since sliced bread television show, the fans won't engage it because it's not Tolkien's work. It's barely his story. It's barely his characters. It's barely anything to do with Tolkien. It's not. It's everything in name only, and we want the freedom to create something. Oh, we're going to write the book that Tolkien never wrote. Oh, we're fixing Tolkien. Go away. Stop playing with our toys. It is that attitude. Stop it. Stop playing with our stuff. Stop ruining stuff that you know nothing about. Because I think the pushback on this sort of push of woke culture and adaptation in aim only, and let's shoehorn identity politics into everything possible. These people don't understand Tolkien's text, let alone like it. These people have no interest in it. They just wanted to tell their own story. And they wanted to use the Lord of the Rings IP to sell it. And sadly, they're obviously pushing for that more and more now. We're seeing it with Interview with Vampire, we're seeing it with Star Wars. We're seeing it with everything Disney touch. And this is going to be no different for Amazon. And it's a sad state of affairs. And the OneRing.net really need to check themselves, because they are an absolutely outdated, archaic website that just is a shell site for anything they agree with. And sadly, we're going to see this more and more. And as fans, we do need to stand up and say, stop it.